Hey, Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are and what part of the world you're in, I hope that you're having a good day. So, I don't watch the news, and I normally stick with watching YouTube videos, a lot of meditation, documentaries, and other select things that I like to watch. But Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, I stumbled upon the Shanquella Robinson story. I don't know if I was watching another video and it came on after, but ever since Thursday, I have really been following this story. And I mean, I've been, like binge watching videos about the details. I heard about it when it first happened. I think I saw it on social media, but I didn't pay too much attention to it because, like I said, I don't really watch the news. I think it's depressing and sad a lot of times, so I don't like to watch it. It's a lot of, not so good things that come on. Anyway, there's so much information. If you're not familiar with the story, basically, a young lady from Charlotte, North Carolina, she was an entrepreneur. She was a stylist. And if she wasn't a millionaire, she was on her way to being a millionaire. She did really good braids. I'm not sure what else she specialized in, but I know that they emphasize braids. She did children's hair. I think she had another business as well. But again, I'm not sure about all those details. But basically, she rented a villa in Cabo, Mexico. Um, Again, if I'm wrong about any specific details, please feel free to correct me. Um, it was for herself and six of her other friends that she went to college with that she knew anywhere between, say, 5 and 10 years. Um, some say 5 to 7 years, but I want to say that one of the people named Khalil was her best friend, and they knew each other for 9 years. So that's why I said between 5 and 10. One of the stories is they basically physically attacked her. They show one person on video physically attacking her, and then potentially they jumped her after the attack, killed her, left her in the hotel room or in the villa, and then went to a hotel room away from there, and the maid found her. One of the guys claims he didn't arrive till 3 o'clock, which we don't know if he means 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or 3 o'clock Mexico time, which apparently is a 3 hour time difference like California. So he keeps saying he didn't get there till 3 o'clock, and that she was just, they said she was drunk, and then he rubbed her head and played soft music. I can't think of the name of the song at this particular moment. But another story is saying that basically he put the music on because she was in the bed. No, the cleaning staff found her in the living room. So apparently, once her family got her body, she had a knot on her head, a busted lip, two swollen eyes. So you're saying that you rubbed this girl's head, but you didn't notice all of that going on. So his whole story is just shady. All of them, are being dishonest about what actually happened. In the video, you can clearly see that she did not fight back. Some say they woke her up out of her sleep fighting. Some say they just started attacking her out of nowhere. But of course, we don't know because we weren't there. But I'm thinking that some of these people, they had their cameras out. She knew that they had their cameras out. That may be one of the reasons why she was not fighting back, because she did not want there to be any mistake. Because if you record it, this people are going to see it. I don't know why they try to scrub the phone, but you can't delete anything from anybody's phone because it goes to the cloud. All they have to do is get the FBI to go in and get a court order to have the records extracted from the cloud. You can't hide it. So they they deleted everything from her phone before they gave it to Shanquella's phone. Shanquella Robinson is the one who was attacked and murdered. They deleted everything from her phone before they gave it to her parents. Um, so another, she was in the nude. Some say they don't know. Her parents say that she would go to sleep in the nude because that's how she felt comfortable. But there's also a video of her saying, because apparently they were supposed to go skinny dipping. Oh, she was like, it doesn't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? She's the only one who's naked, and they're all in the room talking without her. And she's looking for them. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? So a lot of people feel like it was premeditated, which is one thing that I think that they all planned this before they got there, and that they had other people in on it. She was sleeping. Allegedly, she was sleeping on a hammock. I don't know. And one of the guys said, "Oh, we got our first dead body." And he was making a joke about it. So some say, "Oh, he was just joking because she was drunk." We don't know if she was drunk though, and we're assuming that was the night before. Um, and then when the nurse found her, she did. I think they said she had clothes on. Again, all of this is alleged because none of this has been proven fact as of yet, and there are a lot of different conflicting stories. Because some say that the housekeeper found her in her room deceased, and some say they found her on the couch deceased. But either way, she had clothes on. So who put clothes on her? Then there's a report that a medic came into the room and tried to resuscitate her for 3 hours. That's what in the report. Then the police came and I, if I'm not mistaken, said she was deceased 15 minutes after the coroner's report says she died 15 minutes after the initial attack. So they broke her vertebrae, um, or her spine and the top of her neck. I can't remember exactly what the wording is. When I have a chance, I'm gonna be more specific and write some of these things down in detail so I can um, share it. But unbelievable that these 6 people actually thought of this and thought that it was a good idea to go to Mexico, of all places, and commit this crime against this girl. Be it out of jealousy, or the other side of that story is also that 2 of the guys may have been bumping and grinding together and didn't want other people to know, although you can kind of tell when boys like boys. But allegedly she may have potentially recorded them together and was going to leak it, and so that's why they were fighting her. Then they're also saying that potentially one of the females was a trans, but um, that has since been dispelled on her passport. It does say that she was a female, so there's no, that has not been confirmed, but people want to know, how could a woman be strong enough to break someone's neck and vertebrae? And she picks her up by the neck and slung her around and threw her down on the ground. The young lady was only 5'2". One report says her sister says she was 101 pounds or 110 pounds. I know it was 2 1s and a 0. But her dad says she was no more than 120, 125 pounds. So I'm going to say she was between 100 and 125 pounds at 5'2", which is very small. Um, the coroner's report also stated that she did not have any alcohol in her system. So she couldn't have possibly been drunk. Her mom says she didn't drink like that. Now they did show pictures of her smoking a little marijuana, but marijuana is not the same as alcohol. It does not even affect your body in the same way. Um, she came into the country. Now, if you enter a country with more than $10,000 cash on you, you are supposed to declare it on the customs form. Um, again, people are saying she had anywhere between $10,000 and $17,000. That has not officially come out yet. So basically, her money was gone. And they called her father and said that she needed to be seen by a medic and that they needed $5,000 in order for her to be seen because she died from alcohol poisoning, allegedly. But before she allegedly died from alcohol poisoning, they said, oh, we need $5,000. And the father sent it over expeditiously because this was his only daughter, his only child. And she was 25 years old. So we're gonna say they got anywhere between, say, $15,000 and $20,000 from the girl and from her family. And again, they went and left her body there, packed up her stuff though, right? Deleted stuff from her phone. Went to the mother's house because the parents aren't together. Went to the mother's house and offered their sympathy and condolences. So I think the trip was like from Friday to Sunday. So let's say they came back Sunday or Monday. Went to the mother's house, gave them mother her suitcase and her phone. Oh, we so sorry that your daughter died from alcohol poisoning. Until the coroner's report came out. And no, not the coroner's report. The video came out that she was assaulted. And then the mom ordered for her the autopsy to be done. And part of the truth came out. And they came to the mom's house every day for like 3 days, was eating her food. Oh, I'm so sorry that your daughter died from alcohol poisoning and everything. How heartless and cold can you be? And nobody spoke up and told the truth. And then once the video came out about the fight, they all disappeared. So that tells me somebody felt guilty. Either somebody felt guilty or one of the friends that they showed this video to, because apparently one of the girls named Winter was on FaceTime recording the assault, and that allegedly she may have been the person who threw the final blow, but that's not who they show fighting her in the video. And one of the best friend allegedly said, oh, at least fight back. And she said no. And people are clowning her. Oh, I would have did this and I would have did that. But you don't know what was going on. You don't know if they startled her out of her sleep or if they just started attacking her out of nowhere. And again, she was smart enough not to fight back, because that proves that she was being attacked and assaulted and that she didn't know what was going on. Because people aren't going to just fight and they don't know the reason. Now, you may defend yourself, but if there's 6 people in the room recording you and you don't know what's going on, you want the truth to be seen. And so she was smart enough not to fight back. And her dad said she wasn't a fighter anyway. So y'all plotted, planned this scheme to attack this girl, either again for jealousy or because allegedly something happened and you know you needed to get her back. But I think that they plotted and schemed and planned this before they even got there. Because again, if she was the only one naked talking about where y'all at, and they're in the other room fully dressed, not even trying to go skinny dipping, that's a problem. Again, I feel like that they planned, and she was the only one who paid for the villa. To treat her college friends. I don't know if they were supposed to pay her back. I don't know all those details. But y'all did all of that. Even if, let's say, they got $20,000 in total, and there's 6 of y'all. Was that little bit, a couple $1,000 y'all got each worth it? What y'all maybe got, like 17? No, maybe $3,000 a piece, a little over. Was those few $1,000 worth it? Because originally they said it was just like $10,000, but if the dad sends over five, so they're saying it was between $10,000 and $17,000, and the dad sent over five. So that's why I said anywhere between, at least, we're gonna say at least 10,000. So again, was those couple $1,000 that y'all all split? But that's not including, I don't know if y'all already had y'all flights booked, but they shouldn't have been able to leave Mexico, but they were probably able to leave Mexico because I'm not sure when the maid found the body. Um, because again, they left this young lady in the villa by herself, and come to find out, the Mexican police officer and the medic did lie in their reports, and that Winter was like the ringleader, and she can, you know, she may have bribed them and or threatened them to falsify these reports. When you see her, she looks like she could be Hispanic, um, or Latina. Um, so maybe she spoke Spanish. And again, she was able to convince them to write whatever she wanted them to write in this report. I'm not sure. But horrible. Again, I'm going to continue to follow this story and write down some specific details. Because even one of the groundskeepers or somebody, you know, confirmed that what was said in the police report and by the medic was a lie. He did say it in Spanish, but those words came out of his mouth. And at one point they said that a scream was so loud, so I'm assuming that maybe once her neck was broke, she probably screamed really loud, and one of the, again, one of the maids or the housekeepers, because this was a $10,000 villa. I don't even know how many bedrooms there were, but it was massive, and it came with a chef and a maid. So there's, when you go on vacation, there are constantly people around. There may even have potentially been some hidden cameras in that villa, because people want to protect their property. So people put cameras in common areas, and you don't even know it sometimes. So again, these people really, six people put their brains together and really thought that that was a good idea. And now they're all in hiding or trying to hide. But the FBI has already started investigating, because this is an international. If you started plotting, if their cell phones were pinging, or communicating with one another before they went on this trip, that would confirm that they were plotting and scheming before they left the United States. And Shanquella was not in on these phone calls. Now it's different if all of them were all talking together. But if only the six of y'all were talking to each other, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem, boo. So they could prosecute in the United States and Mexico. 9 times out of 10, they'll be extradited back to Mexico. But you can still face charges in the United States for conspiracy to commit a crime. In Mexico, they call it femicide, a crime against a woman, which they say is worse than being charged for a homicide in the United States. And this is coming from people, a lot of attorneys, well, not a lot, a few attorneys, journalists, people who follow these types of stories. These are the types of people that I'm listening to um, share details about this story. Those couple dollars and maybe whatever. I don't see how you could have had fun in Mexico after that. Y'all had to be trying to get y'all story together. Um, and y'all all stuck to that same lie that she died from alcohol poisoning and there wasn't a drop of alcohol in her system. Y'all didn't think about any of that. These people did not think about any of that. And if they get extradited to Mexico and have to spend time in a Mexican prison, baby, them couple dollars that y'all got, I'm sure was not worth it. Or whatever you thought you was trying to delete. When you get over there with Jose, and they don't have they have unisex prisons. It's men and women, and you are they would be in prison with people who commit like one of the YouTubers I said they don't have 30-inch weaves and fingernail, and acrylic nails. These are people who are hardened criminals who are in drug cartels and tote guns and will stab somebody in a minute. They would be over there in Mexico with hardcore criminals. They don't know nothing about that life. That was very foolish. And again, those couple dollars, I'm sure, wasn't worth it. I'll be back with more later.